a heart attack. So that is one of the reasons.
Right?
Yeah.
It should be easily accessible.
You have to wait months. UK and the difference between.
There's growth. It was actually real.
As a British, you have many options to choose again. Again, why Dubai?
I don't mind paying taxes. I've paid taxes all my life. Am I in the right place?
Previously, 22 to 30%.
30%.
It's a big number. You have to give half of your money to the government. Most of the people, London, dream destination.
UK works for some people.
Okay.
In my opinion, especially London, UK property market is a very pedestrian market.
And you said hardly exist. Exist how it works, by the way. I'm very interested. If you want to answer me later, it's okay.
In the UK, there's just no marketing, there's no exposure. What off-plan projects are coming in your city? So in the UK, it's completely slowed down.
So when I'm saying slow, is there any number you can?
3% at best.
3%, you are calling it
40%.
tax on those returns. Most biggest reason I get people are moving to Dubai. Hello everyone. So Yousaf Khan is back in another episode with one of my very dear friend, Mr. Bilal. He's a British national and he moved to Dubai a couple of years back. Today in our episode, we will try to know the differences between UK lifestyle and the Dubai lifestyle. What makes him move to Dubai? And what is the differences in culture and lifestyle of UK and in Dubai? So we have Mr. Bilal. Thank you so much joining us in our podcast or in another video. So please tell us about you first of all, and also tell us what makes you to move to Dubai.
Well, to start off with, thank you very much, Mr. Yousaf, for having me on your podcast.
Our
I really
pleasure.
appreciate that. Thank you so much. So to answer your question, all my life I've lived in the UK, born and raised in Manchester, in the Midlands, just north of Birmingham. And, it's been home for majority of my life. So now, obviously, it's different, for many reasons. Culturally speaking, UK is got a lot of heritage, a lot of culture, a lot of history as well, and
True.
it really is a magnificent place, and it holds a very special place in my heart.
Definitely that will be, because you born there, you brought up there, you studied
Exactly.
there. Yes.
Exactly, and it breaks my heart at the same time, seeing the way it is right now, and my wish is for it to get better, and I'm confident it will, but we're here now,
But what makes you thinking of moving from UK to Dubai, because you spent entire your life over there,
Yeah.
right? So what makes you take that kind of decision and you move to Dubai with your family?
See, it was a point in my life where I felt that I saw things happening a long time back, even before COVID. I started to see, as they say, the cracks in the wall. I started to see all the issues a long time before COVID. But what happened after COVID accelerated everything. Everything happened faster. So the problems were slower before COVID, but after COVID, the problems started to accelerate and become faster. They gathered speed. I was, for example, the NHS, the healthcare system, it's been the backbone of the UK for decades.
True.
And I remember when I was a child growing up, if you were feeling sick, right? You call the doctor or the receptionist at the doctor, and they say okay, yeah, come in today, or latest max to max, come in tomorrow. And then you go there, and then they get you medicine, and
The fast forward.
it was quick. Now it's like especially over the last, let's say 5 to 6 years, maybe 7. It's like you call the doctor, and they're like, yeah, come in 3 to 4 weeks. That's the next appointment.
3 to 4 weeks.
3 to 4 weeks, and then and then they turn around and say, if it's a really acute situation, and and we can't give you an appointment now, then go to the emergency room. And then when you go to the emergency room in the hospital, you have to wait 4 to 6 hours just to be seen first. Before any kind of medical treatment, you have to wait 4 to 6 hours.
So if you have a heart attack, You have to wait for 4 to 6 hours to be.
No. Of course not.
Okay.
If
Please,
if it's let's clear things up. If it's that serious, then if somebody's been waiting and they've got, let's say, a cut on their hand,
Okay.
right? But they feel like, okay, they can wait, and then you've been waiting for 3 hours. And then somebody comes in and they have they've had a heart attack,
Something
and they
emergency
come in on a
even-
stretcher, right? Or they
Even worse.
yeah, exactly, and it's more serious. Then they'll prioritize everything,
okay.
So they will do all these kind of
But
things.
still, waiting 4 to 6 hours in
Correct.
emergency, and in a normal situation, you are saying weeks.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not a good situation, right?
Definitely
And
it's
this is this again during COVID as well. NHS was it played a very critical part in keeping the healthcare system going. It's under a lot of stress, a lot of pressure, and a lot of it's down to mismanagement of resources. From the highest level. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. But during COVID, nurses and doctors, they were the front line to make sure, everybody is safe. And, making sure people are recovering. But then we also saw, a lot of, doctors and nurses lost their lives as well, sadly. So, it was, it's just a shame to see, where the wrong things happen, and let's just say leaders could have done better, then it's a shame. It really is.
I understand.
But then
So that is one of the reason, medical.
Yeah.
healthcare.
So healthcare is very, very important. Because at the end of the day, it's a vital part of your life.
True.
Where you don't know what's around the corner, right? Or what's going to happen tomorrow, and when you need the healthcare, right?
Yeah.
It should be easily accessible.
It's not like you have to wait months.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So that was a small reason,
Okay.
why I decided.
Other than that, when it comes to culture, how did you find out about UK and the difference between Dubai?
The difference between Dubai is, look, I only knew what people see online, right? So for me, it was, I did some research. I looked at a lot of things in terms of, I wanted to go to a place where I was set up to win, right?
For example?
There's growth, right? There's opportunities, right? I was looking at a lot of countries. I was exploring the US. I was exploring a few countries in the GCC, and it just, the fingers kept, the research kept pointing back towards the GCC countries. And then obviously I started looking into the numbers, and I was starting to look in at what people are talking about, reading up on things, and it was started to make sense that this Dubai wasn't just hype; it was actually real.
But Mr. Vidar, I will cut you here. Sorry. The thing is, as a British, you have many options to choose again. Like you can move to maybe US as well, Canada, maybe Australia. So again, why Dubai? One reason you already mentioned, healthcare, NHS, right? And other than that, what makes a big difference in your life?
See, for me, it was, I don't mind paying taxes. I've paid taxes all my life, right? And I saw the value in the paying taxes for most of my life. But when it comes to a point where you're paying, taxes and you're not seeing the benefits from it yourself and in your life experience, then the question starts, being asked in your head that, am I in the right place?
Why the hell I'm paying the taxes?
Exactly. So, it's like, and it's not even a small amount of tax. It's quite a significant amount,
Okay, by the way, what is the tax percentage for a normal middle class person?
It varies between, let's say, 22% up to maybe 33%, right? But then if you're earning...
Seriously, 22 to 30%?
30%, yeah.
On your income?
On your income, right, yes. That's including national insurance, pensions and everything, and then you get your healthcare, and a lot of other, stuff is included.
But it's a big number. It's not a small amount.
It's not a small number. You're right. It's a huge number. And then, don't fall off your chair when I say this, but if you're earning even more than that, right?
Yeah.
Then I believe it's over £50,000. Then you're taxed up to, your tax bracket is minimum 40%.
So you mean to say
45.
if you are earning a 50,000 pounds in a year, you have to give half of your money to the government,
Correct.
and then you have to wait for your medical things again to be in the queue
Correct.
for 4 weeks.
Correct.
At
Yes.
least.
If you want the government help, and then you have to obviously, they don't see it in terms of, oh, he's paid more tax, they get priority, right? They don't see it like that. It's, if you're going to use government facilities, then it's basically everybody is the same, which is a good thing, by the way. But when it comes to, when you're paying higher tax brackets, you're treated the same. So this is now, obviously, we're starting to see interesting shifts in people's mindset, especially when it comes to money, that if I don't pay tax anymore on my income, I still need healthcare.
Definitely.
Right? But I get to choose my healthcare.
Yes.
Right?
You can choose which one you want, which one can give you good and the quick service as well.
Correct. Now, say, for example, you might be a gym goer, right? And you're in fantastic shape. You look after yourself, right? And you feel like, okay, I don't need to spend on the biggest insurance package, because I'm reasonably healthy.
It's in my control, yeah.
Exactly. So you can actually, you're in control of how much you want to spend on your health insurance.
True.
Right? Whereas, if you say, for example, you don't have a good lifestyle, you don't have good habits, right? And you feel like, okay, you know what, my health isn't the best. I get to choose how much I want to spend on a slightly better quality of insurance. So being over here, you get to,
choose.
It really opens your eyes.
Yes.
It really does open your eyes, yeah.
You have plenty of options to choose.
Yep.
You want it or you don't want it, it's up to you. Definitely it's a basic and necessary thing you want to have always. We don't know when we are not in a good health. We have to go to the doctor and see the doctor and other things. Okay. So one is the healthcare. The second, you mentioned the taxes, which is from 22% to goes up to 40% even.
Correct.
I'm surprised
Even
to know
50%
that.
in
Even
some
50%.
cases, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when it comes to culture, so tell me something about that. Because for most of the people, London or the UK is a dream destination for people to go over there, work there, and build their career over there, or maybe get a citizenship and use those benefits which you are just talking about. So how do you see the differences?
Yeah. See, UK works for some people.
Okay.
Right? And not everybody is, ambitious. Some people are happy with a mediocre lifestyle. Right? It kind of works for you. So it comes down to preference at the end of the day as well. So, when people want to, see what, I remember very well Andrew Tate. He summarized this point really well. And I'm paraphrasing when I say this, that, it's like everything in life is like a trade-off, right?
Yes.
So if, say, for example, one government, right, on this side is saying to you, I'm going to tax you up to 40%, right? You don't get to choose your healthcare. You'll be given what we give you, right? Things are not in your control. I'm not going to guarantee your safety, right? And if you are in trouble, I'm not going to guarantee that the police are going to come to your rescue straight away, right? And then the list goes on, right? Now, and you're taxed up to 40%. So now imagine, right? That's you could say that's a bad trade-off. Right, that's a bad deal. But then on the other hand, you've got another government, right, that says to you, I'm not going to tax you, right? I'm going to give you the safest environment possible, right? I'm going to give you a vibe and a sense of peace where you, no matter what hour it is in the day or night, you will feel safe, especially for women.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely right.
And you know what? You get to choose your healthcare. Right? Whether you want a cheap one or you want an expensive one or the best one, right? You decide.
True.
Right? And there is police there and it's very, very quick. Right? You can test us on
100%.
this. Right? So, and I'm not paying any tax. Everything I earn goes into my pocket and I'm in charge of how and when and
that's
how
the
I
best
spend
part.
it. So, that's a good trade-off. Right?
True.
And I think people are waking up now all over the world and realizing that majority of the Western countries are so heavily taxed and in financial trouble that they feel like they have to explore the other options. How did Andrew Tate become, financially stable? He went to Thailand and he lived there for many years,
True.
right? And the reason why he did that is because the currency was so good that whatever he had in the UK, he moved it over there, and he was living like a king over there, right? And whatever he was earning over there, he kind of again, saved it or
Saved and
invested
invested,
it. But in the end, he built himself a platform where he went to the rise, and he's at the top now.
True. We can see such kind of many celebrities around
Yes.
the globe. They are moving and making their home, Dubai, their home.
Correct.
So I really agree with that.
Yes.
So other than that, when it comes to investment point of view, how do you compare UK and Dubai or UAE?
See, it's a great question because when you look at in terms of real estate, for example, right? In my opinion, I would say, especially London. London historically has always been a safe bet, right?
Okay.
Investors are very difficult to change their mind on real estate they own in London. A lot of money from a lot of affluent countries and non-affluent countries is sitting in London right now, right?
Okay.
So, and then even if in recessions or downturn like COVID, and these kind of blips in the world, it always bounces back stronger.
Okay.
And it's got a good track record and history of showing that. So you can't argue with that
Numbers.
You can't argue with the history and the numbers, right? It's all there. Now the issue you've got is it's come to a place now where it's not just about stability. UK property market is a very pedestrian market. It's very slow, right?
Okay.
Off-plan hardly exists, right?
Okay.
Majority of
So I will cut you here. Sorry. When you say off-plan, you said hardly exists. But if it exists, how it works, by the way?
how it works is
I'm very
usually-
interested. If you want to answer me later, it's okay.
No, that's fine. So how it usually works is it's like over here right now, when there's a project coming up, right? There's an announcement. The whole world, it's not just in UAE or Dubai that knows why. The whole world knows that there's Emaar is launching this, the Mark is launching this,
Yeah.
right? In the UK, you could live there, right?
Okay.
And you won't know what off-plan projects are coming in your city. There's just no marketing, there's no exposure,
Okay.
right? And when people do want to buy it, over here you have a land department that handles and governs
Yeah.
everything.
Escrow accounts and all.
Correct.
So is it backed with the government over there also in UK?
No.
Not at all?
It's backed through solicitors and lawyers.
Okay.
So transactions are handled by lawyers. So
All
if,
right.
say, for example, one party wants to buy selling a property, and there's a buyer. In the middle, you've got, you might have a real
lawyer.
estate agent, but the who actually completes everything there's no land department. There's a system called land registry
Okay.
where the transaction will be registered and it can be obviously viewed by anybody, right? But the actual transaction is handled paperwork-wise with a lawyer, a legal representative.
So
where there's
for
fees
example,
involved.
if I want to buy an off-plan property and I choose to go with this off-plan project, so if I'm paying to that person and tomorrow if he takes my money and run away, how it will work? How I am safe if the government is not involved? Like UAE or Dubai, we have a Dubai Land Department, we have a escrow account system, sometimes the construction link payment plan also. So how is it's in UK or in London? Or there is no safety?
I don't know too much about that. The thing is, in the UK, like I said, more than 95% of the real estate market over there is all secondary.
Okay.
Right? And that's a huge chunk, right? So from that point of view, we only know that much about that. In terms of off-plan,
Okay.
I wasn't an expert in off-plan.
So that means that is not that common and
No. And if it does happen, there right today even there are off-plan projects in the UK.
Okay.
But you don't hear about them,
Mostly.
too much. There's again they're not publicized like Dubai is publicized. It's maybe it's not because it's not. I think it comes down to it's not a brand like Dubai.
Okay. So, let's talk about the returns on investment in UK and in terms of comparison of Dubai, because you are a part of real estate as well in Dubai from last 3 years. So how you will compare the taxation and returns on the investment in UK and Dubai?
So in the UK, you've got, for example, at the moment, the capital growth is completely slowed down.
Okay.
There's not much going on in terms of, because the saturation is all done. What you can expect is, again, the ROI is quite slow as well. Okay, because again, there's that much volume in the market.
So when I'm saying slow, is there any number you can?
I'll probably say, again, from my experience, rental yields, for example, ROI is maybe 3% at best.
3%
3
only.
or 4% at best. Yep.
And that's you are calling it best.
At best, yeah.
And what is the tax on those?
The tax on those, again, it comes down to what the income is coming in from
Minimum?
those. So probably say in the region of, I'll probably go with 40%.
40% tax on those returns.
Yes.
What I'm making rental income. Okay.
I'll double check this, but I'm very confident it's around.
So this is the most biggest reason, I guess, that a lot of investors from UK and Europe, people are moving to Dubai because it's a tax haven for them, and whatever capital growth or the rental income they are making, it's full of them, it's for them. The government is not taking anything. And again, if you're buying an offline product, you're backed and packed with the government of UAE. With Dubai, we have a Dubai Land Department, a lot of safety. So, all right. So, what other thing, when we are talking about the safety, most important part, and the education part, we already covered text and medical. So, how you will look into the safety point of view? Because recently, one of my friend, he was here to see Dubai from UK, and he told me how the crime situation is going over there. And I was not believing, honestly, like what he was telling me. And then he showed me one CCTV video, what happened with him. And I was shocked by looking at that CCTV video. So you are from UK, you spent entire your life over there as well. So you tell me some of the realities, what is going on in terms of safety.
Safety, for example, before I go into this, I do want to add one point with the real estate side of things as well.
Yes, please.
Is, historically speaking, investors have always felt that, despite market downturns, London especially, right? It's a safe market. If it goes down, it will recover, right? And go higher as well, which it has done, let's be honest, right? But now the conundrum we have is, the problem that we have is the crime, like you just mentioned, right? The downturn of society is in such a bad place that, even the wealthy people that once wholeheartedly trusted, right, the UK property market, that this, if it's in a bad shape, it'll come back up again. Even though they believe that, right? But what they can't accept is that the government is not providing them the safety to live there. The government is not providing the safety to enjoy their luxuries that they have. The homes, these expensive homes get broken into, right? Footballers, common targets, when they're away on, for football matches out of the city, criminals will break into the house. Many times this has happened.
Okay, these are the news.
Right.
Is there anything personally you have to share and add into this? I mean, for our viewers to understand what is. I'm sure the people who live in UK, they know what is happening. But still, some people who have a dream to go over there and live over there with a lot of investment as well, like the people from Pakistan, from India, they go over there with a lot of money, do investment, and they are trying to build their life over there. So what do you want to suggest them and advise them in terms of safety and all those things?
See, look, in terms of safety and investment as well, it's difficult for me to sit here and say, go over there and, if you've got, some savings, if you've got some money, and start a business over there, it could work for you, right? There have been some good examples in recent years, let's say in the last 10 years, where people have, had a small startup and it's blown up into quite a big one, especially with the help of social media. Technology has played a big part in that as well. So I think for, entrepreneurs, it's been good. But when it comes to, you're going to a place where it's driven by so much crime, and recently as well, you see on social media a lot of hate. Coexistence is becoming difficult. and communities are not getting along with each other. They're finding a lot of differences within, certain religious groups or certain cultures. There's a big divide at the moment. So when it comes to that, it's, you feel a little bit isolated.
Okay.
That whole vibe of, and what the outside world looks at British people and think, I'd love to go to the UK. They have a perception in their mind that UK is like all posh and fancy and well spoken. Unfortunately, it's not like that anymore. It probably is like that a little bit in parts, but from what I used to see before I left the UK, it was just a deterioration of society. It's just literally, mob cultures. It was a cool thing to be in. I personally, my friend came to me today and said, Bilal, I have this much money and I'm looking to invest it and I need something safe. At this moment in time, I can't say UK because I don't think it's the right place at the moment.
So if someone is watching our video and you are willing to invest, the right person, Mr. Bilal, you have to get in touch with him because as a British and also he have a lot of experience now in Dubai real estate market. Definitely you have to get in touch with him or with our team. So we will help you to find you the right home for you if you want to move here. And if you are an investor, definitely we would love to build a huge portfolio with you. You want to add, Mr. Bilal, something?
So I really enjoyed this. I hope we can do it again and we can discuss more, topics. Thank you very much, Yousaf. Thank you.
I believe you love this video. Thank you so much.